Hello, my dear students. Welcome back to another session of our English class. How's everything? Hope everything is going well. Students, do you remember our previous English class? What did we learn in that class? Yes, we began the first unit. So, what's the name of the unit? Very good. Nature's Plenty is the name of the first unit. What's the theme of the unit? Nature is the theme of the unit. In the previous class, I introduced you the nature activist Suryamani. Am I right? Then we also discussed an activity that is given in page 8. Students, do you remember? I gave you a homework. I told you to write a paragraph about what you would see, hear, and smell in a forest. Did you write that homework? Hope you all did that homework. Now, let's start the lesson. All of you take page number 9. What's the title of the first lesson? Yes, very good. How far is the river? Is the title of the first lesson. Who is the author of this story? You're right. Ruskin Bond is the author of the story How Far is the River? Students, we already went through the profile of the author and the summary of the story. Now, I'll give you a model reading of the first 2 paragraphs. All of you listen carefully. Between the boy and the river stood a mountain. The boy was young and the river was small, but the mountain was big. The thickly forested mountain hid the river, but the boy knew it was there. He had never seen the river with his own eyes, but from the villagers he had heard of the fish in its waters and of its rocks. He wished to touch the water and know it personally. Students, now all of you pause the video and read the text silently and identify the difficult words. Hope you all read the text. Now, shall we discuss the difficult words and their meanings? Okay, let's go. Thickly means in a crowded manner. Now it's time for the explanation. All of you listen attentively. There was a very big, thickly forested mountain that stood between the boy's house and the river. As the mountain was very big, it hid the river. The boy knew that the river was there, but he had never seen the river with his own eyes. But the boy had an idea about the river from the villagers. They already told him about the fish and the rocks in the river. So the boy had a curiosity to touch the river and know it personally. Students, hope you all understood these 2 paragraphs. Am I right? Now let's move on to the 3rd paragraph. I'll give you a model reading. All of you look into the text. He stood in front of his house on the hill opposite the mountain and gazed across the valley, dreaming of the river. He was about 12 years old, a sturdy boy with untidy black hair and shining black eyes. He had fine features and a clear brown skin, but his hands and feet were rough and scratched. He was barefooted, not because he couldn't afford shoes, but because he liked the feel of warm stones and cool grass. Students, now all of you read this paragraph silently and you can identify the difficult words also. Okay, did you read the text? Very good. Now, let's discuss the difficult words and their meanings. Gaze means to look steadily. Here you can see the picture of a person who is gazing. Sturdy means strong. Scratched, wounded. Here you can see the picture. Barefoot means without any footwear. Look at this picture. Hope you all understood the meanings of the difficult words. Am I right? Now I'll give you the explanation of this paragraph. All of you listen attentively. The boy stood in front of his house and dreamt of the river. Now, the appearance of the young boy is given here. He was a strong boy of about 12 years, with black hair and shining eyes. He had brown skin, but what about his hands and feet? Yes, his hands and feet were rough and scratched or wounded. The boy was barefooted because he wanted to feel the warm stones and cool grass. Students, did you understand the explanation of this paragraph? Hope you all understood the paragraph. Now it's time for an activity. All of you take page number 16. Look at the 8th activity. I'll read the question. Read the description about the boy in the story How Far is the River? He was about 12 years old, a sturdy boy with untidy black hair and shining black eyes. He had fine features and a clear brown skin, but his hands and feet were rough and scratched. He was barefooted not because he couldn't afford shoes, but because he liked the feel of warm stones and cool grass. A. What are the words used to describe the boy? Some points are given here: physique, hair, eyes, skin, hands, and feet. Here, you are asked to identify the words used to describe the boy based on his physique, hair, eyes, skin, hands, and feet. One is given for you. Hair, untidy black hair. Here, untidy black hair is the word that is used to describe the boy's hair. With the help of this example, you have to identify the rest of it. Students, this is a homework for you. All of you write it in the text by using pencil. And we will discuss this activity in the online class. So all of you read the text thoroughly and attend the next online class. Thank you, dear children.